Welcome to the Craft Tessa, everyone. My name is Vanessa, and on today's DIY video, we're going to make 3 Easter DIY projects using items from the Dollar Tree. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, where I post super quick and easy DIYs, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure to hit the little bell button to get notified when I post new videos. Now let's get on with today's project. So for the first project, I'm going to take this bunny template that I found online, and I'm going to use him and trace him on some Dollar Tree fabric. This fabric you can find in the Crafter Square section of the Dollar Tree where all the other craft supplies are. It's not a lot of fabric, but for the project that I want to do, it is plenty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bunny template and I'm going to trace it with a marker. You can use a Sharpie. I turned it to the back side. This way the marker wouldn't show when I would cut, but even though I'm just going to cut around it, so the marker's not going to show anyway. So I'm going to make 2 of these bunny templates and then we're going to cut these. So let's continue. So now that I cut the bunnies out, I'm going to use E6000 fabric fuse. I'm really not big into sewing. I actually don't sew very well. So I use this fabric glue and it works fantastic. Now you just have to let it dry for a bit. So I'm going to do the edges of the bunny all around, leave the bottom opening because that's what we're going to use to add some fiber fill once this glue is dry. So let's continue. So now I'm taking some fiber fill and I'm filling up the bunny with the fiber fill. And once that's done, I'm going to hot glue the bottom edging in order to close it. Now I'm going to do like a mama bunny and a baby bunny. And all I did was I printed out the same bunny template, but I scaled it a little bit smaller. So now just with some hot glue, I'm going to close off the edging over here and we will be done with this part. Now the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add some embellishments. You could add whatever embellishments you like. I'm going to use some hot glue to attach a little bow to the baby bunny and a little flower to the mama bunny. Once this is done, this piece will be ready to display. For project number 2, I'm going to use this round little craft box from the Dollar Tree along with some scrapbook paper. I got this one at Michael's, but you could find it at Hobby Lobby or at any craft supply store. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the width or the circumference of this little box, and then I'm going to cut the piece of paper to fit all around it. So let's continue. So now I'm just taking some Mod Podge and I am doing some very thin layers all around the perimeter of the box, and I'm going to add the scrapbook paper, and I'm going to go all around until the scrapbook paper is attached to the edge of the little box. So let's continue. So while the Mod Podge dries, I'm going to take a Folk Art acrylic paint in a matte finish. It is antique white, and I'm going to paint the cover of the little box, or the lid I should say. I'm going to give it 2 coats. I'm going to let one dry in between. So let's finish this part. So now I'm going to take some Folk Art acrylic pink paint, and I'm going to give it 1 coat of the pink. The reason that I painted it white first was for the pink to show out more or stand out more after it was painted. So let's continue with this step. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some Crayola Model Magic along with this little bunny cookie cutter that I got at Michael's. And I'm going to make a little bunny to put on top of the lid of this box. So now I am just pretty much flattening out the clay, and then just as if we were making cookies, I'm going to use the cookie cutter in order to make the shape of the bunny. Now, I love this cookie cutter because it does have an indentation for the little bunny's face. So let's continue. So now I'm going to use some Apple Barrel Craft Paint acrylic pens in order to give the little bunny some color in his eyes and his little nose. And that is all I'm going to do with this part. The rest of the bunny is going to stay the clay color as he is. Now, once the bunny is drying, I'm going to use these pearl sticker beads from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put them all around the edge of the lid of the box. Now, these are sticky backs. I'm just probably going to put a little bit of hot glue to the first and last in each section, just so it would hold. I'm not going to go crazy here and put hot glue all around it. So let's continue. So now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some Mod Podge and some very fine pink glitter, and I'm going to give the top of the lid a little extra pop or a little shine or a little shimmer using the glitter. So 1 layer of Mod Podge, then some glitter. Let's continue. And now the last thing to do is to add some hot glue to the bunny and glue him to the top of the lid. Once I'm done with this little gift box will be ready to either give to someone or to keep it for yourself. Let's finish. For this next project, I'm going to use the Dollar Tree wooden egg cutouts and a piece of leftover wallpaper that I had, but you can use napkins, you can use scrapbook paper, you can use any image that you print out from the internet. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to trace the shapes onto the wallpaper and then I'm going to cut them out. So let's continue. Now that I cut out all the pieces, I'm going to use Mod Podge to adhere them to the wooden egg cutouts, one for the front and one for the back because I don't want the wood to be seen. So with some heavy duty layers of Mod Podge, and I'm putting more Mod Podge on this because this is a piece of wallpaper. If you use napkins, you don't have to use that much, or you could use thin layers of it. So let's continue. So now I'm going to take some pearl string beads that I had and I'm going to attach them with hot glue all around the edge of the eggs. This way it hides the edging of the egg. Let's continue. Now I'm going to use these butterfly stickers from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to hot glue one to each of the eggs and I'm going to add some little satin bows and this project will be done. So let's finish. So now all these projects are done and I think they turned out super cute. Let me know which one is your favorite in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell to get notified when I post new videos. Thanks so much for watching everyone. See you all on my next DIY.